Hi. I'm Nathan and I am a catalyst for change protecting our beautiful beaches and waterfronts. You see, we have to take action now to stop the threat of rising tides. I live in Florida and we have lots of storms that cause beach erosion. Every year my town spends money to dig the sand out of the ocean and bring it back up to a nice beach for us to swim and play. Our economy is dependent on tourism, so all the hotels need a nice beach. The problem is that the storms cause damage every year. It happens because we have taken land that Mother Earth just wants. Seriously, what were they thinking with landfill 50 years ago? We suffer incredible losses and next year we start to dredge and rebuild again. It's not just happening here in Florida. Rising tides are impacting millions of people around the world. In Bangladesh, the land is so low and the country so poor, they cannot begin to defend against the waters when they rise. Over 5,000 people die every year in flooding and millions of homes are destroyed, repeatedly. In Indonesia, the island of Java is sinking because of overdevelopment and the government is planning to move to higher ground on another island. In Java, they are building giant concrete walls to barricade the rising waters, an engineering feat that works for the short term. We saw in New Orleans what happens after decades go by and those concrete walls break. Yes, that is a solution but one that does not last. Hurricane Katrina was over 10 years ago and New Orleans still suffers from the damage. One solution is focused on using the earth to protect or restore itself. In the Bahamas, they are planting under the sea with baby corals and grasses. This approach takes time to grow but it makes sense to use nature instead of concrete. The Bahamas have also increased their building codes or rules for construction. While they want hotels to be built, they also want to protect the waters and make peace with Mother Nature. This is an example of a balance between the need to make money and the need to keep the shoreline strong. The debate about climate change seems silly to many people but the fact is we have environmental problems that we need to fix. The scientists can argue about why the water is rising, the reality is that the levels are going up around the world. We have to deal with it now. Trees and grasses are natural climate solutions that are available and they need to be planted immediately. Here in my community, the Tampa Bay Watch organization is planting oyster beds and working to restore our underwater grasses. I volunteer with them and invite you to join me for their workshops at the pier in St. Pete every weekend. They also take cash donations if you can't get your feet, arms wet working. Planting seabeds works. This natural climate solution healed the Chesapeake Bay in 20 years with this strategy. We need to do this planting around the entire state of Florida immediately. While we cannot stop the waters from rising, we have to be smarter about where we build and do everything possible to help strengthen our shorelines under the water.